Hello, it's Icy. Good morning once again. I am down here so quickly saying good morning to you. This is one of the Australian native trees behind me, which is basically a strangler fig, which as you can see is strangling the larger tree. This is a bit of an update for the ADSL. So last time I was talking about thinking I was going to switch to a different ADSL provider in the hopes that I would get something called Annex M, which would give me higher upload. So as of the recording of this video, I have actually switched. So there's a ship that's going past on the harbour just there, and the sun is quite low, so it makes a shadow as it goes past. So I have switched provider. As of the recording of this video, I've had it for about 3 days, so I haven't actually streamed with it. Now, with regards to the Annex M, did that work? The answer to that is no, interestingly. So I can certainly, the new provider allows me to select the ADSL profile that I want to use. So I can actually switch myself between different profiles, which is fantastic. That's really good. So I tried switching to the Annex M, and ultimately it didn't give me any performance improvement above what I was getting before on my previous service provider. So that was a little bit disconcerting, shall we say. So I actually tried experimenting with their other profiles as well. They have another profile that's called ADSL2 Superfast, and basically the problem with that one is it's not necessarily very reliable for your ADSL, because they push the signal harder and therefore it's noisier. However, for me, that's fine, it turns out. So the modem that I have, which is an Archer D9, apparently can cope with very low signal, basically very bad signal to noise ratios. So my signal to noise ratio is down to about 3 at the moment, and pretty much all the documentation, if you read about ADSL2, pretty much says don't try anything below 6. So we're running really close to the wire, but it's working fine, and I got about a 20% improvement on upload speed. So, you know, the ultimate maximum possible upload as reported by the router as opposed to from the computer itself, and a 10% improvement in download. So that's pretty good, actually. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And then I did some more reading, and pretty much moved some things around in the cupboard where the ADSL router is stored, as well as the patch panel and a bunch of other sort of computer devices, and made sure to put like ferric chokes, like the little metal things you can put around cables to stop RF interference, on the cables in the right way. I shuffled the cables around to make sure that they were not near power packs. I did a whole bunch of things, made sure that the cables were not, that come to the modem are not looped around, bought some shorter cables, and got basically something like a half a decibel improvement in the signal to noise ratio as well, which then correspondingly improved the speed even more, just a bit, but even more. And I am currently at the stage of thinking about actually getting a cabler in to actually check the cables in the house, specifically the incoming Telstra points, because there's some dodginess going on there, I'm pretty sure. It looks old. There are cut cables just hanging, which I think means that that's a bridged pair, which means that we are losing more signal due to that. So I actually want to get in a cabler, I think, and get the job done properly. It's still at least 2 years probably till the NBN arrives, and because when the NBN arrives, we're basically going to be using the copper inside our house anyway. None of this is wasted work. It just means I get some improvement for the ADSL earlier rather than later. So I have a question for anybody watching. If you use ADSL, have you installed a central filter? Did it give you any performance improvements? I'm thinking this house is about early 80s, probably built on the cheap. So I'm just thinking that a central filter also will help with star phone wiring arrangement, where you've got the central access point, and then basically from there all of the other sort of loops of the telephone wire come from there, rather than going sort of one loop and then pinched off and then going into the next loop. That's apparently the better way to do it, and gives you better quality for the ADSL. So yeah, let me know. Do you have ADSL? Have you put in a central filter? Did it improve it? Is there anything else you've done in your house to improve your ADSL quality? I'd like to know. So, thank you for watching. It goes another fairy. I will do it. Let's spin around. See what the sun's doing over here. Oh, there's the sun. There's the opera house again. So, thank you for watching. Just another short video, and that's about it. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.